That's a funny thing, though. Having been with the studio as long as I have and seen as many different sessions go through here as I have, 95% of what is done by any engineer, there's some production involved, because the engineer, if you don't want your engineer to actually give you feedback on what you're doing, you want just an engineer. Just an engineer, someone who will do exactly what you tell them to do. A producer, though, brings their knowledge, and if you're lucky and the chemistry is right, you can make beautiful music together, because it's like when you write the music, you're not right. Maybe you do write it by yourself, but I think in terms of bands, because that's what I'm mostly associated with. Bands write collectively, and mixing and recording is kind of a collective thing, because as an engineer, I have to be able to get the sounds that the client would like, but at the same time, I have to be able to help take those sounds as a producer and make them into something that will actually raise them up a level where I had to give the example. I did an album, and I'm not going to say who, did an album, and this album was on par with the Red Hot Chili Peppers record, production-wise, just slamming. The band comes in and listens and goes, whoa, wow, that's but we can't use this. I said, why? Well, we don't sound like that. Yeah, but you do. But we don't. They couldn't get across from how they sound when they play live as a band to what they should be sounding like on a recording. And we ended up doing a mix that made it sound like they were a basement band, because that is how they felt they should sound. Another band, I wasn't actually doing the mix, but another engineer here had a session where the record sounded awesome, just awesome. And the band came back and went, oh, it's too much compression. That doesn't sound like us. But the record sounded like it was supposed to be on the radio that day. That's what a producer is supposed to bring, is that knowledge of how to take yourself out of the basement sound and have something that people go, whoa. That's what our job really is. We're audio hairdressers.